Welcome back, everyone. So when the crime rate is in outer space and it drops to the stratosphere, the crime rate is still in the stratosphere. This is what is happening in D.C. What little bit the crime rate has come down, if it has, because I think the numbers are rigged, doesn't mean anything to the people of D.C. who are feeling the brutality every day in that city. This is the former police chief of the Capitol Police.
In 2014, we had a homicide rate that was maybe right around 100, 170 a year. Now in 2023, you had 274 homicides, so you had a significant increase. So when people talk about, oh, there's a big drop, there's a drop from 2023 to 24, but it's still significant. It's double what we had in around 2010.
So you could see in the stratosphere, plus the fact you've got other quality of life crimes that are through the roof. You've got robbery, bruisers on the street, muggings, car theft, car burglary, you name it. These quality of life issues that are making it very dangerous for people to even live. And then there's the issue of 45 victims under the age of 19 killed in just 18 months. You tell the families of those victims that crime is down in D.C. I don't think it's going to fly with them. People in D.C., though, appear, much to the dismay of Democrats, to be grateful to President Trump.
Man, down the city is quiet as a church mouse, young. I came all the way down Pennsylvania Avenue this morning. So peaceful, young. I don't smell no weed, young. I don't see no homeless people. I mean, I came all the way through the southeast side, all the way down here. You can see now I'm at the White House, jump, man. It's quiet, young.
It's quiet. And that's the way a city should be. But every blue city across America is dealing with this. And they're going to be embarrassed when they see how quickly President Trump and his team can clean up D.C. It could be cleaned up in any city in America if they put their minds to it. So as all these Democrats are whining about President Trump and doing what he's doing, listen to the story our buddy Tim Burchett tells.
Even when Washington, D.C. bureaucrats came to the Oversight Committee to tell us how crime was down, during that very hearing, a car was carjacked at 1:30 in the afternoon, a kid in a Jeep, just out in one of the so-called nicer areas. Washington, D.C. needs a makeover, and the only person to do that is Donald J. Trump.
Amen to that, Congressman. So here's the deal. You know the policy. I've told you for years I've been telling you this policy was going to hurt American cities. No bail, no jail, let them sail. President Trump says it's time to end it.
That's what started it in Chicago. I mean, bad politicians started it, bad leadership started it, but that was the one thing that's central, no cash bail. Somebody murders somebody and they're out on no cash bail before the day is out. We're going to end that in Chicago. We're going to change the statute. All
right, and that's a good thing. I want to bring in now to discuss all of this noted bail attorney and board member for the Professional Bondsmen of Texas. Ken Good is with us. Ken, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, no bail, no jail, let them sail. That's what I call it. I think it describes it better than no cash bail. What has that done to these blue cities? What has it done to crime in America today?
It's destroyed our urban areas and across the country. I would say that the left has outsourced their criminal justice reform to activist groups. Activist groups will never admit that they were wrong. They will never admit what they're doing is not working. And since they've sold their soul to the devil of these activist groups, they're stuck. Because now if they admit what they did was wrong, they're going to lose even more credibility. So they're in a box. They have to declare the sky is red when it's really blue.
All right, Ken, explain to me, because you're a bail bondsman. So you get arrested for a crime, maybe a violent crime. In Chicago, they'll let you go, even with no cash bail. They'll just let you out on the street. From your perspective, you post the bond for that violent criminal and they're let out. How does that at least help that they've posted a bond to make sure they don't either reoffend while they're awaiting trial or show back up to trial? Take me through the process of why this works.
Well, I would say the majority of the bonds that are posted by bondsmen, and I'm an attorney representing bondsmen, so I specialize in that area of the law, it's family members that are reaching out to the bonding companies, to the industry. And so you've got family members who are saying, you know, their loved one, their brother, their sister, their child, they still have hope for them. And that's powerful to these people when they're arrested, because their family is standing up for them and saying, you still have value. You can still turn this around. And that's, I think, the magic sauce that we're removing from the system completely, because we're releasing them instead on something that is, I call simple release, no accountability. And you don't even have to take my word for it. There is a DA in California during COVID that kept all of his statistics, and he's released reports that said when you release two nonviolent offenders, one on simple release and one on a private surety bond, the simple release with no accountability has a 200% greater chance of committing a new violent offense in the next 18 months. I mean, with that kind of data, why would we ever release anybody on a simple release unless we are required to by the Constitution?
I've often said many of these criminals are not human. They're animals. They're thugs. But many are still human. They may make a mistake. They may get down the wrong road with the wrong people. Nothing good happens. But it's amazing what you just brought up, because if you have family pressure on you, your grandmother mortgages her house or puts the car note up to post a bond like this, that's got to play into even some of these crazy folks that are out there committing crimes.
Absolutely. And it can be as simple as just, grandma coming and bonding them out of jail, not putting up their house, but just standing up for them. And then, telling them, hey, this is what I did for you. And, the problem is not a first-time offender. The problem is when you remove accountability. We've got examples like in Harris County where someone fails to show up for court 17 times and there's no consequences. And so why would they not see that as a green light to commit more crime?
Of course they would. And if you're a judge, by the way, and you're letting somebody out after 17 times of not showing up, you're not a very good judge and shouldn't be in that position. Ken Good, I appreciate you coming on and explaining this and giving us an inside look into this industry. Thank you, sir. You're very welcome. Thank you very much. All right, we appreciate it. At least, he's in Texas. Bail bondsmen in Texas got a little easier, but they still got blue cities like Dallas and San Antonio and Austin where they do some crazy things. But get out in a county like Kaufman County, they're not letting you out, okay, on no cash bail.